welcome back to the GSL, guys. I am Doe. With me is Moletrap. It's the GSL Code A round of 16. We've seen 3 matches already today. And our next match, Moletrap, is one that I think a lot of people have been looking forward to.
Yeah, man.
We've got fan favorite MarineKing Prime versus Slayer's YugiOh. Pretty exciting. I always enjoy watching MarineKing play. He's been one of my favorite Terrans for a long time. But YugiOh, you know, the name keeps coming up, and not just because of the cartoon and the card game, Moletrap, because he's a pretty good Zerg player as well.
He is indeed, and his strongest matchup is versus Terran, actually. And
I think so, too.
Yesterday, I was kind of like, oh, I didn't think he was going to win his games because he was not favored against Protoss. But he came, sorry, wait, who does he play? Let me double check that. No, I'm sorry, he's the one who played Thorzane.
That's right, yeah.
I was thinking of someone else. Never mind.
Yep.
Anyway, he's pretty good versus Terran, is my point.
Yeah,
and
he's okay.
And yeah, he's one of these players, like we've been talking about, that we've seen a lot of, but hasn't quite gotten into the GSL and played a ton yet. I mean, he has been in past seasons before.
We've seen him a couple times.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, he's been around. He was in the last season. He actually got eliminated by a Terran last season. I am happy.
Well, here's the thing with YugiOh is that he's a distinctly Slayer's Zerg player. Right now, Slayer's, to my knowledge, only has YugiOh and Min, and both of these guys are like high economy Zergs. They want to get a lot of hatcheries really fast, try to build up and then kind of overrun their opponents. That's kind of how Min plays, and that's kind of how we've been seeing YugiOh play as well. He played against Thorzane the other day. He actually lost game 1, if I remember right, against Thorzane. Thorzane played very, very patiently and just kind of outzoned him. It was a really cool game.
And he, YugiOh kind of didn't really catch on what was going on and adapt to it as quickly as he kind of needed to. He didn't get the Broodlords until a little bit too late, and that kind of thing.
In the end, that's why he's here, Moletrap. YugiOh from the Team Slayers. As you can see, 2-1 against Thorzane. Can he take down MarineKing, though? That is a tall order, man. That
is a tall order indeed. Actually, looking at his history here, YugiOh has actually been around more than I kind of had the impression of. He played in Code A Season 3, Season 2, Season 1, GSL Open Season 3, and even a little bit more. No, that's actually when he's had his debut.
He's always kind of been around.
He's been around, but he hasn't really gotten far ever.
Yeah, that's very true. Is it his time to shine?
Is it his time to fly?
Maybe, maybe
his
not.
Turn to fly?
I don't know, man. If I had to make a prediction for this match, I'm gonna predict MarineKing comes out with the win. I'm gonna go with it. That said, let me finish and say that I think MarineKing, this guy right here, although being a fan favorite, getting to a lot of GSL finals, he's down in Code A right now. He's I don't want to say he's in a little bit of a slump because I don't feel that he is. I feel that GSL is just that competitive that he just got the short end of the stick on his matches and the up and downs. And but at the same time, he's down here in Code A. I could see YugiOh take him out. I think it's a possibility.
Well, I mean, to say that he's been on a slump, he may have been on a little bit of a slump in the GSL. I mean, in the sense that he lost his up and down matches and came down here to Code A. But he's actually not in a slump in a sense because he's coming off of winning the CPL Invitational.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
He's in the process of winning the IG Invitational, which I don't think is completed yet. He's been playing really well in that sense. Did well in a recent FXO Invitational.
Yep.
So even though he got down in the up and down matches, he's definitely not been playing poorly at all. And let's not forget the fact that MarineKing has a 68% win rate against Zerg.
He's quite good.
Definitely, hands down, the favorite in this match. Taking out Fruit Dealer in the up and down matches. That was one of the games that he did win.
Maps are looking okay for him, too. I mean, Terminus, Antigua Shipyard, Tal'Darim, Altar. So as you go, eliminating Zelnaga Fortress. That's a map we see a lot of players eliminate, and MarineKing eliminating Daybreak. Newer map, probably didn't want to worry about practicing on it quite as much.
Doesn't want to worry about that newfangled stuff.
That's right. It is a cool map, though, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot more people playing on that in the future. Yep. I like Daybreak a lot. I think it's a fun map. I played a couple games on it with Wolf last night, so that was a lot of fun.
But in the meantime, we are going to see a game on Terminus Re. Let's get started and see who can take game 1. Okay, over here at the top part, 12 o'clock position on GSL Terminus.
We've got our Slayers player in the red, named after an anime, but doesn't play the card game.
Slayers YugiOh.
I was actually surprised that he didn't play the card game. If you name yourself after something, you know, you think he'd be really into it. He's too busy playing Starcraft.
He named himself after something that was named after it.
I guess so. And here's our Terran player, fan favorite, second place in a lot of GSL finals. He is
MarineKing Prime Week.
Can he get his
GSL
first,
King of Silver?
Yeah, can he get his first gold medal in Code A?
Maybe he can win first in Code A.
Maybe. Big thanks to Pepsi and G-Skill for sponsoring the GSL. Without you guys, we would be just talking to ourselves right now. Or I'd be talking to Moltrap.
Yeah, which wouldn't be horrible, but
it's more fun talking to you guys.
We wouldn't have the GSL broadcasting to you guys, and that's really the important thing.
That's right. It's always fun. It's always fun when you have StarCraft 2 in a group setting, you know?
Yeah.
Even if it's just like some friends at a bar, you know, watching StarCraft 2. That's awesome.
I mean, I love StarCraft. I love watching StarCraft. But my goal, the reason I became a caster is because I wanted to share that excitement that I feel for it with other people, and so anyway, it would suck if I couldn't do that, basically, if it was just myself watching it. But anyway, we do have this Overlord running on in here, and he's going to see MarineKing's command center first.
All right. Scouted right away, so yeah, will be CC first from MarineKing. And on Terminus, we do see a lot of Terran players doing things like that. He's going to complete the wall in here.
And this is interesting. YugiOh responds with gas. So he maybe this is a build that he planned anyway, but he may be thinking, all right, well, you're going to have not many Marines. I'm going to see if I can do something to punish you early on.
Yeah, well, he may decide to just get that Zergling speed fairly early, see if he can punish some things at the natural.
Never looked so closely at the inside of a command center before.
SCV might be dying, Moltrap.
It might be. If he goes to the other side of that, he might be able to micro it. Nope. Oh, nope.
I'm wondering a little bit if we're going to see some roaches from YugiOh. It'd take forever for them to walk across the map, but with the CC first, you know, I mean, there's potential there. Remains to be seen, though. You know, again, we talked about YugiOh being one of those more macro-oriented Zergs, so that's what I think we're probably going to see from him, but it's not empirical. It's not a statement that speaks to every possibility.
No, it's not.
No.
He does have a spawning pool up now, though.
Yep.
And
there's 10 lings on the way.
Producing 10 Zerglings.
All right.
So he really is going to put on some pressure, actually, and he may be willing to kill that. Okay, the SCV goes down, and exactly what I was thinking. He was going to kill that and then plant the Baneling Nest down.
Main base of Slayers YugiOh. We do see that Baneling Nest just finishing. He knows that MarineKing's not going to have a lot of units.
Wow. So he's
trying to bust him.
He's going to send his initial round of Zerglings to the front, morph them, and rally more Lings to the front while he's morphing those and just try and go for a bust. But MarineKing's actually moving out to his expansion.
He could potentially run right in there if MarineKing doesn't re-wall off very, very soon. Here come the Lings poking up in the front.
I like this. I like this, only sending 2 Zerglings in to see what's going on and not tipping his hand yet.
It's quite smart. And it looks like he's going to just sit back and make some Banelings, but wow, he has the golden opportunity right now to kill all those Marines just with his Zerglings. Yeah, there are the Banelings. Either way, things looking a little bit risky for MarineKing right now. No bunkers up at all or anything. 2 more barracks on the way. That's supply depot.
MarineKing's probably thinking, oh, only 2 Zerglings? He must have... Oh, does he see it?
Yep. Oh, he's going to see it now.
Hold that thought. He knows what's going on now.
Oh, no. This is looking bad for MarineKing. Can he wall off in time? No chance. Here come the Lings. Here come the Banelings. And MarineKing with only 4 Marines and a bunch of SCVs.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Sending in the SCVs to attack Banelings is not a good idea.
This is going to get ugly real fast.
Those Marines are somehow still alive, but he stopped microing his SCVs and... Oh, no.
Oh, man. So much death.
Oh, that was painful to watch, man.
Hurts to see. So 6 SCVs right now. More Lings streaming in. I don't know, man. I mean, unless...
He's trying to micro this Hellion to victory.
Yep.
But I don't think it's quite going to be enough.
Yeah.
He can't kill all those Zerglings.
Yeah. And more drones being produced by YugiOh right now. He's like, all right, if you don't want to call the game over right there, that's fine. I'll just macro up, produce a little bit more, and then come crush you.
Yeah,
Only
actually,
4 SCVs right
he
now.
actually is killing a ton with this Hellion.
Well, yeah, he's microing beautifully. I mean, this is MarineKing we're talking about.
That's
He's got
true.
really, really good micro.
And cleans up every last Zergling.
Yeah.
13 kills. That is a Sergeant Hellion.
But he's down to 3 SCVs right now.
Yeah, he's down to 3 SCVs.
I mean, he does have mules. You know, he's got mules. Yeah, we know. But there's 24 drones out right now for YugiOh. His income is so much higher.
And I'm a little confused. If he's going to try and pull something off with this, he should at least move his orbital back up and wall off again. But he's going to try and push out and do some counter damage. Here's the thing, YugiOh actually thought he was safe and droned up a little bit, so he only has a bunch of Zerglings, about a dozen Zerglings right now. That is it, and his queens, of course.
Right.
So he actually could take some counter damage here.
Yep, I think with the queen, he's going to be okay. He's going to try to get surrounded on the Hellions. Oh, nice surround by YugiOh. Really good job there, but now he's got to deal with the Marines. Does he have enough lings?
With those Hellions, perishes any
Look
chance.
at that micro.
That was beautiful micro, but MarineKing cannot do any damage with just those 3 Marines. So with those Hellions dying, he just basically loses any chance of going in there and doing enough damage to get back into the game. YugiOh at double supply right now,
24 lings on the way for YugiOh.
He's going to try and end it.
Yep, he wants it to end right now. Hasn't gotten Zergling speed, though. I'm a little bit surprised with that.
It's a little bit, yeah.
He's got a ton of gas just sitting around. His macro is kind of slipping here, and I don't know if this is the best idea, attacking with tiny groups of Zerglings like that. Yeah, MarineKing cleans that up very quickly.
No, that was not a good idea.
Yeah, so YugiOh needs to kind of sit back a little bit and regroup, make sure that when he can run in, he can actually legitimately crush MarineKing.
Yeah, he just needs to wait until he gets a couple rounds of Zerglings if he's going to go in.
Let's make a lot of Banelings.
That works too.
Yep.
Yep, 18 Zerglings on the way, 11 Banelings. That should be enough to polish off the half dozen units. No, the dozen units that MarineKing has.
Yeah.
Yeah, speed helps as well. He didn't have speed in the previous engagements.
All right. So MarineKing's
now we have round 2.
MarineKing's micro is going to have to save him this time. 1 SCV's going to die. Oh, it's actually lucky. All right, let's see MarineKing do what he does best, but it's just too much. Too much stuff for MarineKing to handle.
Oh, he's going to go for the SCVs again.
Yep. Now this game's been over for a little while.
And actually,
losing a couple Banelings.
Actually, if he doesn't do, oh my gosh, he's not going to kill any SCVs with those Banelings.
No, but here come in more lings. The Marines have been dying. That tank getting a little bit low, but there are SCVs to repair. But those SCVs are not mining right now in Mole Trap.
No, they're not, and some of them are in fact dying right now.
Yeah, I mean, MarineKing's still trying to hold things off. You know, he's doing an admirable job of keeping the supplies more or less even. He's actually evening up the worker count a little bit, 26 to 16 right now.
See, and this is why I have no idea why he didn't just wall off. He's not making use of that second base. The Zerglings are going to finish things off. There's just too many this time. The tank's going to go down. The Hellion is going to get surrounded by the Speedlings and owned, and the SCVs are going down as well. We're finally probably going to see MarineKing leave the game here.
Yeah, I mean, he could try to, that's, I mean,
no, that's
reinforcements,
that's
it. That's
it. GG. YugiOh, the favorite to lose, has taken game 1.
Well, you know, it's like I said at the start. You know, I feel like MarineKing's the favorite, but I could definitely see YugiOh winning it too, and he just won game 1.
Yeah, man. And I gotta say that was MarineKing's fault, though.
Yeah, I mean,
he got greedy, didn't scout. You know, and he saw the gas off 2 bases. I don't know why he didn't suspect something. If YugiOh was truly going to counter his command center first, he would have taken a 3rd hatch and gotten a lot of drones. He wouldn't have gotten gas that early.
Yeah.
So he should have at least suspected that something was going on and not moved out with like 3 Marines to take his expansion. It just got really greedy there and paid for it. And then he almost fought his way back into that game a couple times, but inexplicably didn't wall off or play defensively at all.
Well, you know, when you're down to 3 SCVs, you know, even with mules, the game is basically over at that point. I mean, he tried to kind of stick around and make it work. And MarineKing's one of those players, too, that does like to stick around and micro intensively with, you know, small amounts of units. And, so, I mean, he survived longer, but, you know, YugiOh just responded very, very well, seeing that command center first deciding to go for the Baneling bust. And he just happened to catch MarineKing at the worst possible time with his, you know, wall at the top of the ramp wide open. So a little bit of luck for YugiOh there as well, too. That does play a bit of a factor in it. Game 2 is going to be at Antigua Shipyards. We've already seen a Zerg win 1 ZVT today on this map. Are we going to see another one?
We're going to find out here pretty soon. Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens here. Like I said, we were talking about MarineKing still being the favorite. I think we're going to see him play a little bit more conservatively this time. I think he has to know that he's the favored player, that he might be a little bit better. That forced him to be greedy a little bit in the game one, but I think that means at this point he's going to be like, all right, well, let me make sure I don't lose, and I'll be able to win in the longer game as the more experienced player. We're going to find out here pretty soon. Can MarineKing bring it to a tie and keep his hopes alive, or will YugiOh bring it to a win?